and welcome back to the Crate series here on Music Free Gaming. I hope you're having a fabulous day today, and I'm over here by my steam plant, and I think it's time to actually make this look a little bit better. I know it looks cool with all of the movie bits and stuff, but I think it's time to hide some of those movie bits behind some really cool designs. So, if you have a really cool design, I hope you build it. This one may or may not be cool, but we're gonna have some fun anyway. So, let's get to it. Now, one of the things you'll notice if you've been watching this series for a while is that I've added another boiler. So I've added two new boilers. I've added one on each side. So that now I've got 8 boilers kicking out at, what is this? Potentially 147 SU, 147,000 SU each. Actually, that's not true. I have 6 of them kicking out at that. And I've got a couple of these smaller ones at 81,000. These guys need water for that to actually work a little better, which maybe I'll get to at some point in the future. So this is cool and awesome, but it also has led to a problem, and it's not going to be a hard problem to solve. It's just going to be a little bit tedious. The problem is I'm out of lava. I've basically, when I sized my lava pool, which is, let me zip down here real quick, down here, I kind of sized it for a smaller steam plant, and I decided to expand, and so I'm just not filling up the lava here quite as fast as I would like. I'd really like this to be able to fill faster than I'm filling buckets. So that's something I'm going to have to think about as I work on the design. But for now, I guess I need to, deal with a bunch of stuff. But hey, let's make this factory look a little bit better. Got the first 2 steps completed, and they're kind of small in some ways. First off, let me free cam because it'll be easier. Got add a second layer of lava, which is was necessary because I wasn't keeping up with the lava demands of the farm or of the power plant, but that has been taken care of. I'm actually gaining lava again, if somewhat slowly. Then the other thing I did, which to be honest, I should have done when I laid out the power plant, but this is part of my Create Mod noobness. I set up output jacks all along the long edge here. Coming out the short edge was fine, because that's where the main power is, but I had to slip in some ports here, so now I can pull out power this way however I need it. So that is going to be super convenient. So I've got it going down both sides and out that way. I don't have anything heading out towards the ocean, mostly because I'm not going to need it yet, but I think I can just pull power this way and then run around, this side if I need it. I have a temporary washing setup here so I can deal with concrete. It certainly makes turning the powder into actual concrete a lot easier. So now that all of the logistics are in place, I think it's time to actually start getting some walls up. Okay, I would like to take this moment and just say, what the heck? I laid down to get a good night's sleep because that's just, what you do at night. And, those guys are hanging out there. But then this lovely group of, they're just hanging out on the conveyor belt, just in a happy little line, being all happy in a line, I guess. What? All right. I thought I had this lit up well enough to avoid these sorts of problems, but apparently I don't. I'm going to have to go get another couple of iron golems and solve this problem. you know, I was having a grand old time building walls. Now I have to go kill off the building inspectors. This is not how this was supposed to go. Well, don't mind me, gentlemen. I'm just going to stand up this happy little iron golem, and I'm sure he would love to meet you. Over there. Thank you. Yeah, see, he's just line up there for him. It's gonna be great. It's just, you know, it's. I love Create Mod. You just get the conveyor belts to get all of your handy dandy construction needs met, and also pillager death. So awesome. Well, so far so good. I have one wall done. Is it the most exciting, pretty thing ever built? Yeah, probably not. But I think it's going to work. I've got outlets bottom and middle. Thinking of putting some at the top. I'm not entirely sure, though. We'll see how that goes. But you might notice something here. Is that this is significantly taller than the boilers I have currently, right? Yeah, so these boilers are only 4 blocks high. And I've built this, well, more than that, right? I've added all of this extra space up here. And the point behind that is I want to be able to grow these up if I need to, right? So right now they're lovely, level 9 boilers, 147,000 stress units, right? All that fun stuff. But I given myself a little space, I can grow that up, and I can add some more steam engines on the outside. So I've got some room to grow, and I think it's good to plan for that. You know what I mean? So cool. So hey, one wall is not ideal, but it's a good start. So I thought I'd play with the display boards a little bit to give me a good view of what's actually happening here in the factory or the power plant. And so I've got this center section that's showing some nice things, like showing the amount of stress units I have available. I'm currently using 1% of the capacity, so I am in good shape. Also, I've got a content observer on the lava tank, this guy here. So I can see, all right, am I sticking ahead of this? Am I running out of lava? All that good stuff. So that's cool. What I'm going to do on these sides is I'm going to get the stress levels, or the these things, the boiler status. That's it, of all of the boilers. So hopefully that'll end up giving me a nice synopsis of what this is, or how the power plant is working. All right, this is stupid annoying. So all I wanted was basically just a quick numerical readout of a boiler. And it gave me this error. Oh, display is too small, which I thought was weird. So I kicked out the wall and added a couple of more display boards to it. And it does finally show me the size. That means if I want to see the boiler status, I need a 3x5 billboard for every single boiler in the factory, or the power plant. And I've got 8 of them. So that is, honestly, that's just not going to work for me. So as much as I'd like to make that work, if I do, I'm going to have to run these around basically all the way around the outside. And I don't think that is really going to, well, look good for one thing. But yeah, I just don't really have space for it. So, I mean, yes, it's a big wall, but 4 boilers, I guess when I've got the sections, but running the signs over that is just not going to work for me. So I think I'm going to end up skipping the boiler status altogether and see if there's some other way I can just sort of keep an eye on what's happening with the thing here, the power plant, because words, I'm just confused by words. All right. So I think I've got a reasonable design here for this side of the power plant. It's the whole thing is turning into a box, but it's a power plant, so I can't say I'm too upset. Also, given that I don't want to screw up the how I plug everything into it if I need to. So I'm just gonna kind of leave it the way it is. It's kind of square, but that's okay. So the next step, I suppose, would be to maybe, do I have any grass? I don't. It'd be nice to fill this spot in, but the next step is to do the far side. Now, I think what I want to do on this side is I want it to be sort of an entrance, right? So the other side's got a wall, and I'll probably rig another display board up here, but I want to be able to get in here and service this machine as necessary. So, right, do I need to check the barrel and stuff? So I've set up these iron trap doors as a little bit of a catwalk. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here with some chains as sort of guardrails. And so I think that's going to look kind of cool. And then, yeah, I think another display board right on top here, I think is going to look pretty good. And then the idea is, I guess, sort of just close it off somehow. And I don't know that I want to do it quite the way I did the other side. So I'm happy to let this, I don't know, play with my various creative juices, because how else am I going to use them other than playing with them, right? Now I'll stretch those creative muscles. I'm sure I've got at least 2 of them, and see if I can make something work. And here's the front of the power plant. Again, I'm keeping the super square boxy look because I am boring like that. Also, I have the hiccups, so that's fun. But I added another display board up here, so it shows how much is actually being used, which is cool. I also decided to put in this nice glass window just because it's nice to be able to look in and see it, see everything moving. I mean, you can't see the pistons, but you can see the lava flowing. You can see all this good stuff here. And so I've got a nice little catwalk going along in here so that I can get around to all of the inside of the factory if I need to. So yeah, this is super cool. Obviously, there's no ceiling yet. It would be nice if there were a ceiling, but I don't know what I want to do for a roof on this building yet. So for now, this is what it is, and I'm reasonably happy with it. They said it's a little boxy, and I'd like to do a little bit more up top, but I think overall, this is not a bad little build at all. And that is gonna have to do it for me today. And while I called this a little build, it did take me all freaking day. It happens. Sometimes the builds just go on for a while, but it's so great to have had you here today. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, you know the drill. And until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming, signing off.